How are you? I'm going to share it real quick. All right, who's here with me? We're doing a deep topic tonight. So this one is a little bit deep, perhaps a little difficult for my English language learners, but it's predestination and free will. So what does that mean? All right, so before we get into it, I did upload a video the first day of the Ganawa Festival. So if you didn't see that, go check it out, please. That's one way you can support me or my channel or what I'm doing is by watching videos, right? So yes. What else? It's been hot. Some of these places, y'all, around the world. Morocco, US. I saw India, right? So seems like worldwide some spots are hot. How are y'all doing in this heat? It's not too hot here, but I am sweating for sure. But there's a nice little breeze sometimes. What are y'all up to? Actually, my sleep schedule, that's why I'm a bit early again today. Sometimes I'm a bit later, right, in the evenings. But I do have something to do right after this. So I'll be with you guys for about an hour and a half, but then I have something to do online. But yeah, my sleep schedule, I'm walking with the humans these days. I'm usually a night owl, you know, staying up late, but it feels good. Of course, it feels good to be up and awake during the day with the sun and people, you know. But I don't know, for some creative folks like myself, we really enjoy the nighttime, and there's just something about it. It's quiet, it's peaceful, you have time to be creative. And where are you from? Uzbekistan? Hello. Yes, world citizens. Come on in. I love it. Where's everybody from? Is it hot where you are? Is it hot right now in Uzbekistan? I'm in Morocco right now. I'm currently sweating a bit. I need to get like a big fan. I have a small fan, but it's not very strong. I need to get a big, strong fan. It's getting hot. I know it will just get hotter too, so I need to figure that out. Hello, Sinkrad. How are you? We're doing a deep topic today. So let me introduce that. Yes, predestination and free will. So like predestination or like destiny, right? It's like what we think will happen to us, right? If that exists, if you believe in that, right? And then free will, of course, means you choose what's going to happen to you, right? Like, it doesn't matter what you do, right? You choose. But destiny or predestination is like, no matter what you choose, right? This, and this will happen, or this at the end will happen, right? So let's talk about it. Okay. And like, I'm sweating and like, and a bit itchy. You know, when you sweat, feel a bit itchy too. Okay. Yeah. Like, how do these things happen together, right? Hello, Mohammed. Sinkra said, I am fine. It's hot, but it's bearable. Ah, wait, where are you at again, Sinkra? Mohammed, yes, I'm in Eswera right now. So it's definitely cooler here, for sure. It was hot, like, there was 2 days where it was, more hot. I'm still sweating. Um, but there's a nice breeze coming in. Oh yeah, Nador. Hey. How far are you from the ocean? Do you get some of that cool air? I don't know. Maybe is it a bit more bearable than Marrakesh? Okay, so of course I asked ChatGPT to like kind of create a script or whatever based on this topic. The idea that they can actually happen at the same time, and how does that happen, right? So yeah, it says, what if I told you every step you take is both chosen by you and already written in the stars, right? So whatever you believe in, whether it's God, creator, universe, source, I mean, I think all of those words mean the same thing, right? But some people try to differentiate, but I think it's all the same thing, just kind of a different idea or a way to explain something. How's the atmosphere over there after the festival? Yeah, it's. I was here before the festival too, so it's normal. It's chill. We have beaches here. Oh, nice. Uh, on what did you say, the sea, right? Yeah, in American English we say sea and ocean interchangeably. That's just that's just what we do. um, so in general, we just say ocean for everything. Hello, rice. Rice. All right. So we live each day making choices: coffee or tea, left or right, stay or go. It feels like we have free will, right? But then comes this eerie thought: what if everything is already predetermined? Every decision, every twist of fate, scripted before we were even born. Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, so that's interesting, right? So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this as well. But, like, do you think predestination or predetermination or destiny, do you think that's really about even the small things? Or is it just kind of the big thing at the end? Or, like, big things, right? Like, does it really matter if you go left or right down a street, right? Or make this decision or that decision? Maybe, like, some things will, like, take you off course of your destiny, but, like, you'll still get there, right? But are those things that take you off course part of your destiny? Maybe not, right? I don't know. Probably they're not necessary, I would say. Right? They're maybe actually distractions. I don't know. Um, what do you say? I'm hearing noises. I had the window open. It's Morocco. Stuff happens. Construction, seagulls. I think there's some neighbors there. What are you reading? Yeah, I'm talking about predestination and free will. So I've always found this topic interesting. So I asked ChatGPT to do like a script for my live. Yep, that's me, Rice. I'm not from Morocco. I'm from the United States, but I'm in Morocco right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Currently sweating. Where are you guys at? Rice, where are you at? Is it hot there? Mohammed, where are you at? Is it hot? It was like really hot. Which days? It was over the weekend. It was really hot here too, even though. Um, okay, interesting. Yeah, dominoes falling, clock ticking. So predestination is the idea that all events are set in motion by something greater. God, fate, the universe, laws of physics, who knows, right? But free will, that's the belief that we can choose our path. So which one is real? That's so funny. Safi. Okay, free will and predestination. Interesting. Yeah. The UK. Okay, what up, UK? How is it not windy over there? Yeah, it's not like, I don't know. Actually, today was a bit more windy than some other days, yeah. But yeah, there's a nice little breeze. Like, it's nice compared to Marrakesh, because Marrakesh, you're just hot. You're breathing hot air. If you have a fan, it's just moving hot air around. There's like no natural breeze, usually in Marrakesh, in my experience. I mean, maybe once in a great while, but yeah, certainly Asuera has nice breezes and it gets cooler at night for sure. Okay, so here's the twist in our topic, right? So, what if both are true? Maybe, yeah. What if life is like a GPS? Oh no. Or MapQuest for us older folks. You set your destination. Maybe there's your fate, your purpose, your destined end. But how do you get there? That's up to you. Yeah. Do you make it hard on yourself? Do you make it easy on yourself? It's interesting. Okay, miss an exit, take a detour, stop for snacks. Oh, I like that. I like that. That like maybe you decide to take a detour to go off the path, right? Maybe you decide to stop for a snack and eat something, right? But maybe you make a mistake and you miss an exit. So, like, some things are decided and some things are accidents, and maybe somewhere in between, right? Okay, the route adjusts. Oh, let me say, I love analogies. Anything that's like difficult to understand in life, if you just if you just have analogies, right? I love analogies to explain things. Okay, so that's free will happening inside a bigger framework, a framework that knows the end, but not every step you'll take. Hmm. Yeah, that knows the end, but not every step you'll take. Yeah, interesting to think about. Okay, imagine life like a chess game. The rules fixed. The players, you and the universe. You make your moves, free will. But some moves lead to checkmate no matter what. That's predestination. Hmm. The analogies, yes. Checkmate. Hmm. And yeah, and like, so either maybe you can choose to get there sooner than later, or maybe you can't choose. Who knows? Maybe you make a lot of mistakes, either like voluntarily or involuntarily, right? Hmm. Are you guys all contemplating the universe with me? All right, so philosophy meets physics. Okay, love that. In physics, time might already be laid out. I love the added dramatic effect of the light making my eyebrows look. It's just a reflection from my glass. It's funny. Okay. So in physics, time might already be laid out. Past, present, and future already existing simultaneously. This stuff is crazy, right? To us, time flows. It's linear. To the universe, it's a frozen river. You're paddling through it, choosing your path, but the river itself already exists. He had no choice, but it was all predetermined. So he's not guilty and should be set free and yet innocent. hold on. You said a whole lot there. So you're talking about like logically maybe here. He had no choice. I think there's always a choice, though. Like, you know, morally, you can't use that as an excuse, right? Like, well, I had no choice. Like, everybody always has a choice. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Oh, the first part of your comment didn't get through? I see. Brought to court. Who, right? Or just you mean like in logic? To court, he brought to court. He may very well make a case that he had no choice, but it was all predetermined, so he's not guilty and should be set free and yet innocent. But what? Why would they say they have no choice? Because we're talking about the predestination, but that's not a. I don't think that's an excuse, right? You still make you still make a decision. I don't think the universe is able to physically change. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, bar like miracles or something like that, but like, yeah, like that would not hold up in court. you know, I can't stand it actually when people say like, I had no choice. There's always a choice. Say something, do something. I talked about a determinist who believes everything is predetermined, and there is no free will when it commits a crime. Yeah, yeah, I don't believe in that. That's like madness, right? That's crazy. Yeah, I think that's like what do you call that? Just like people are demented, or like just so not in reality when they say those kinds of things. Like I had no choice if they did something horrible. Like they're not taking accountability. Like that's like very scary mentally, psychologically, right? Hi, Yasir. Okay, interesting thoughts though, for sure. Yeah, like if you have one without the other, yeah. So I think that's a great proof that we need both predetermination and free will, right? There's been some loud like cars lately. Like, take your butt inside and sit down. I don't know. I mean, like in the United States, like a lot of young people will have like, well, what's a way I can say it so you guys will understand? Um, just like make their car nice, right, and do like a lot of extra in Morocco. But yeah, I think some places they even had to make the laws where like the cars can't be so loud that like you feel it in your house, or like some cars too like will shake, or what was that? It was so loud and so shaky back in the day when I was young. It was so loud it like set off other people's like car alarms and like crazy stuff. And young people. Okay. Um, Such an interesting topic. Okay. So, human story example, a young woman becoming a doctor. Okay. So, let's say she was always meant to help people. That's her destiny. I like that. Like, we should know our purpose, or be getting to know our purpose, right? We talked about that a bit, right? Like alignment before our goals, our purpose, our meaning. Um, but she chooses how to get there. Med school wasn't easy. She almost gave up, but she didn't. That was her will in action, inside a destiny already written. Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting to think about. Interesting to think about too, like goals and careers too. Like, I've heard the debate or the argument of like what you're good at versus your purpose, right? Like, okay, so if I'm good with numbers, is that really my purpose though? Maybe, right? Just because you're good at something though, does that mean it's your purpose? I don't know. That's something to think about. Yeah, that was a personal example. Like, I'm good with numbers, but like, that's that's not my purpose. You know what I mean? Like, personally, not knocking anybody else who does numbers, accounting, and stuff like that. I just always had to have like some kind of a connection with people, um, whether it's doing social media or teaching. Um, I always need a connection to feel like I'm helping people. Yeah, but yeah, I also wonder if it could be loosely, just the destiny is to help someone, but maybe this woman, she didn't have to become a doctor. Maybe she could have become like a firefighter. She's still helping people, right? So yeah, that's interesting to think about. Hey, Basal, what'd you say? Hmm. Yeah, I told you you need to read that book called Proofs of Baha'u'llah's Mission. And did you look on the main website though? There's so many other ones that are not like correct often but yeah, that one is Baha'i.org. BAHAI.org. Sam Harris? Oh, modern determinism. Oh, interesting. He proposed the idea of uninterrupted, casual, causal, hello, uninterrupted causal chain of events. And since our universe is one of those infinite, uninterrupted causal chain of events, so it's all predetermined. Like everything keeps happening at infinitum, like infinity, like it goes back infinity. Wow. Yeah, I have to look. Um, Sam Harris, determinism. Oh, that's interesting. So he's saying, so deterministic view of the universe, arguing that free will is an illusion. He believes that all events, including human thoughts and actions, are the result of prior causes and therefore predetermined. Harris's determinism is rooted in the idea that the universe operates according to mechanistic, predictable rules, and that human consciousness is a product of these rules. Well, that takes out a lot of the fun part of it, right? Of being human. I don't know, as an artist, I'm just like, nah, man, nah, you can't predict this. Because creativity, man, writing poetry, dancing, singing, it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. Uh, yeah, Basal, people said that about all of the other religions too, right? Or like when a new religion comes, they always want to say, like, oh, it's like this, this, this. So, like I explained the other day, Christianity is more similar to Judaism because they came closer in time, right? So of course a lot of the Jews didn't want to become Christian because they were like, oh, it's new and blah blah blah. There's always a reason to argue, right? And to not accept. But yeah, um, that's why Islam and the Baha'i faith, of course, have some similarities because they're closer in time. So it makes sense. But yeah, we're talking about predestination and free will today. So super interesting. Hmm. Okay, so maybe it's not a battle between fate and freedom. Maybe it's a dance. Yes, I like that. Even ChatGPT. Hey, creativity. Okay, a strange and beautiful one where life gives us a script, but we choose how to perform it. Oh, another analogy. Come on now. Come on with the analogies. Okay, so next time you face a big decision, ask yourself, am I writing my story or just discovering the pages one by one? Maybe it's both. Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting too to think about, right? Like big decisions. What do you consider a big decision? You know, depends. Everybody thinks differently, right? But perhaps bigger than do I turn right or left? Right? Do I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwich or veggie sandwich? Like, turning right or left in a car might be more important or whatever than what you eat, if you know what I mean, like at a given time, right? Some people, of course, can argue, like, oh man, if I would have turned left or if I would have driven a different way to work, I wouldn't have done this or I would have done, whatever. But like, whether I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or ate a vegetable sandwich, just at a given time, right? Like one time, that seems inconsequential, right? Now, if you chose it like all the time, of course, that would have consequences on your health, right? But yeah, yeah, I'd have to look more into that. But so, like I said, if you look at the book um, that I mentioned a few times, let's see. Right, said I don't agree with Sam Harris, though I'm a Muslim, and as a Muslim, I follow a compatibilist school of thought that argues we do have free will, so free will undoubtedly exists, but so long as it doesn't exceed God's sovereignty, like I have to my glasses. You do this whole thing when you get around a certain age to read, man. Oh, so let me back up. Okay. So long as it doesn't exceed God's sovereignty, like there are things to be determined by God, which our will can't override. Right, yeah, yeah. So our free will can't override God's will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's the creator of everything. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think there's definitely a balance. And yeah, even from my own religion, I remember reading about that. Some answered questions by Abdul Baha. He answered some stuff about free will and predestination. I'm a Baha'i, which Basal was talking about. Um, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. For instance, tonight everyone knows that in 7 hours the sun will rise, but this common knowledge does not cause the appearance and rising of the sun. I love just analogies to explain things. Um, so likewise, God's knowledge in the contingent world does not produce the forms of things. Rather, that knowledge is freed from the distinctions of past, present, and future, and is identical with the realization of all things without being the cause of that realization. In the same way, the record and mention of a thing in the scriptures is not the cause of its existence. The prophets of God were informed through divine revelation that certain events would come to pass. For instance, through divine revelation, they came to know that Christ would be martyred, which they in turn proclaimed. Now, did their knowledge and awareness cause the martyrdom of Christ? No. This knowledge is a sign of their perfection and not the cause of his martyrdom. Yeah. Through astronomical calculations, the mathematicians determined that at a certain time, a solar or lunar eclipse will occur. Surely this prediction is not the cause of the eclipse. This, of course, is merely an analogy and not an exact image. Yeah, so balance makes sense. But yeah, still, predestination is like, but how, who, what, where, when, why, how, right? But like, it's not for us to know or understand. If we understood it all and knew everything, like, our existence would be very different, right? We're not supposed to know everything. Like, we're supposed to be figuring it out, right? So yeah. So then, how it ended with ChatGPT. By Seneca. Okay. Fate guides the willing, but drags the unwilling. Interesting. Okay, so somewhere between the stars and your heartbeat, you're writing your own destiny. Why ChatGPT be poetic sometimes, man? Somewhere between the stars and your heartbeat, you're writing your own destiny. Oh my. Oh, did I miss something? You said I'd love to know your opinion on this. Oh, okay, on what you said. I think I said my opinion, right? Just, I mean, I agree, right? That, yeah, God is the ultimate, right? Whatever you believe God is, like I was saying, you know, God is just another word for creator, source, universe, right? Like it's all semantics and culture, really, So, yeah, like as a Baha'i, we believe in one God, the same God that everybody believes in, right? It's the same. Just that culture and like corruption and power get in the way. Yeah, no, Basal, I've found my truth, and respect to you on your journey. But yeah, I made my decision and found my truth many years ago. So that's why I became a Baha'i, because it made the most sense to me, right? Logically, right? That God will continue to send us messengers throughout time, and it's our responsibility to accept them when they come, right? Um, and that Baha'u'llah is the newest manifestation of God on earth for this time in history, right? So, yeah, I mean, it not only makes logical sense to me, of course, like reading Baha'u'llah's writings, that's what connected me to the faith for sure, right? So, all love and respect for you on your journey, but yes, I will always be a Baha'i. No matter how scientifically advanced we become, we can't most definitely know it all. Yeah, for sure. Then what would be the purpose, right? Like God created us, like we can't know everything, right? But that is one thing, yeah, that I talked about too, like on one live. like, how far will we go though? As far as like intellectually and like, how much will we know? Right? And then like quantum physics is so cool because it kind of seems to bring the supernatural or seemingly supernatural to us, right? Um, to the natural, the physical, right? Yeah, it's really interesting. But one of the new teachings that Baha'u'llah brought to our civilization, right, to the world, is that science and religion must agree. We must have that balance. If you have science alone, it's just materialism, focusing on things, right? If you only have religion, then it's like superstition and like um, not focusing on truths, right? Scientific facts. So that we need both in the world, which I think is super important for this time, you know. Yeah, the all knowing. I like the howness, the howness, of which we may never know. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And as a Baha'i too, we believe that when we die, like we will continue to progress through the worlds of God, the worlds, right, of God. That we will continue to move on. But it's something that we cannot fathom or imagine, of course. Like, we can't even imagine the next one. How can we imagine after that? you know? But yeah, we liken the next world or heaven or whatever, it's a different kind of, it's really moving far away from like this physical idea that some religions have had, right? But that, oh, it's right. I love the analogy again, analogies. Um, when we're in the womb, right? When we're in our mom's stomach, we're growing these limbs, right? These arms, these legs, but we don't need them in our mom's stomach, right? We don't know why we have them, but we have them for a reason, right? So then when we're born into this world, we know, okay, we do need them and we know why we need them, right? To walk, to move, to pick up, whatever. Um, but that's how we explain, like, okay, we know that we're supposed to be acquiring virtues here, right? Like honesty, trustworthiness, generosity, these kinds of things, all the good things, right? That we hope we're all trying to achieve, right? Um, so, uh, we believe as Baha'is that even if you acquire at least one, that you will move on to the next world, right? Like heaven, right? But if you haven't acquired anything, then you're fit for the fire, right? Whatever that means. Those are all analogies, right? Like Zoroastrianism, I think, explained hell as like birds pecking your eye out, right? So that's an imaginary thing, but it's to help us understand that it will feel like crap, right? We will not feel good. We will feel horrible. We will feel the worst to be far away from God, right? So it's like we explain it as the closer we are to God, we'll feel like we're in heaven, right? We'll feel like we're in paradise. So it's all like analogies, right? Metaphors to help us understand. And so, coming from a Christian background, of course, my family's Christian. I grew up Christian. There was always a lot of heaven and hell talk about heaven is like paradise, like a physical kind of. I mean, but like still, we understood that it was not for real physical, right? But just like angels and whiteness, like white colors and shiny stuff, and but hell is fire, But that's a very Christian way, right? So I'm sure other cultures and religions explain it in different ways too. Hmm. Hey, Brenda. I'm doing fine. How are you? I didn't see your next message though. You said some of the comparisons? Yeah, I mean, if you want to. So in the Baha'i faith, our calendar is made up of 19 months. So of course, the most of the world is on a Gregorian calendar. That's how they, right, decided to make the calendar, and that's the one they've been using for most of the world, right? Um, and so, but in the Baha'i faith, we have our own calendar, right, made up of 19 months. Every month is made up of 19 days, then. And so, our first, let's see, no, the end of, let's see, we celebrate Nowruz, our new year, at the end of our fast. So it's the last month. So the new year, our Nowruz, um, changes a little bit, like 1 or 2 days, because of the sun. Um, and so usually the new year is like March 20th, March 21st, March 19th, maybe. But it doesn't change too much from that. Not since I've been a Baha'i, But so that last month, 19 days, we fast. Same kind of fast. I mean, I think every religion has had the same kind of fast, but Christianity, it depends on maybe the denomination. But I think they had the more strict fast as well in the past. But my experience with Christianity growing up Lutheran, um, I don't know, it was a bit confusing because I went to Catholic school though too. So I don't know, did we really have Lent in Lutheran? I guess so. But Catholicism was really like, I don't know, they did seem to do a bit more than the Lutherans, but not as much as like Muslims or Baha'is, right? Of like really like actually like fasting, right? From food and water. But yeah, we, is my understanding is like we do fast the same. Wait, what is it? That's interesting. How far can we go? So it's like we were to combine all the wisdom of the dead and the alive, we'd still be close to knowing nothing than knowing everything. There's a lot more to the universe than our limited perception. Yeah, for real. Like, so, like, is there an end? I don't know. I don't know that Baha'u'llah talks about that in detail. Like that's like I said, we can't even fathom the next world, right? So like, yeah, it didn't talk about how many worlds, and imagine counting. Does counting matter? Do you know that's such a physical thing? You know what I mean? So yeah, like I wouldn't try to imagine. Are you saying Allah Pa? It means God is most glorious. I'm not sure what that is. No, so Baha'u'llah wrote in both Arabic and Farsi. So our holy writings are in um, two languages. Not the medieval science, but the modern science was originated by believers Galileo, Newton, all of them. Atheists make religion sound like the only enterprise that's based on it. Sorry, it jumped. So, oh. Atheists make religion sound like the only enterprise that's based on faith, when in fact, the whole scientific enterprise is based on faith. Like it presupposes intelligibility and its faith in the scientific method, or else it won't be possible. Interesting mention quantum. Yeah, yeah, interesting. That makes you uncomfortable. Supposes reverse causality. Rice, have you been here before? not not this place and time, but it's funny. Like it's so funny. A lot of times we'll get random people come in here and they say random things, but once in a while we get we attract the deep thinkers. So it's nice. Thanks for being here, Rice. So, but I go live every Wednesdays and weekends. So of course Wednesday is Wednesday, but weekends it's could be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But I often do deep topics because that's what I enjoy. But sometimes I learn some Amazigh, the native language of North Africa, and sometimes I'm out and about in Morocco. But yeah, we don't say God is my father. We say God is most glorious. I'm not sure what you're getting that from. Yeah, that's not correct, Basal. I'm not sure where you get that from. Rita said, too complicated for me, but interesting. Yeah, for sure. Okay, Nick. Yeah, y'all are getting on my nerves today on Facebook. I'm just like, I can see who was a very thorough student in school or not. I mean, I know some of it is because maybe some people don't speak enough English to understand, but there is the very easy translation button on Facebook that everyone should have. And I mean, like, normally it automatically translates for you anyway. But just people saying random stuff instead of actually like reading the post and like writing something relatable to what I wrote. Anyways, exactly. So Nick, like I said, you're free to go, honey. uh, all right. Well, how are we doing on our time? Okay, we're good on our time. Very interesting stuff. I know like I said, I'm a bit early today. I do have to do something after this, so that's why I came on a little bit early. And I was saying I fixed my sleep schedule, and I say fixed because that's just how people will understand me. Because yeah, I tend to sleep in a very abnormal kind of cycle. Um, okay, let's see what else. Oh, this can be another live topic, not today, but do any of you know any sign language? I was thinking to do a live. Sometimes I do lives on different languages too. Um, I love learning languages. Um, I know a few times, like we went through my notebooks. We talked about like Amazigh, Swahili, Chinese, right? Those are the languages that I know kind of more of. Some Spanish, of course, too. But yeah, I know a little bit of sign language, American Sign Language. I wonder how different any of the other systems are, and what systems, I don't know what they're even called, right? Internationally? Let's see. What sign language is used in Morocco? Moroccan Sign Language. Interesting. It's an indigenous. Really? Wow. It's an indigenous sign language recognized in national legislation since 1994. While influenced by American Sign Language and French Sign Language, it has developed its own unique characteristics. Cool. I love that it's indigenous too. Very cool. Let's see. What about like internationally? Is there like a standard? While there isn't a single universally recognized sign language, international sign is used as an auxiliary language in international settings. It's a pidgin sign language, not a full language. And it's primarily used in international events like the World Federation of the Deaf Congresses, Deaf Olympics, and some UN conferences. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if it has like the same alphabet. Y'all be tripping. Oh, thanks, Rice. I appreciate that. Rita, what is that? What language is that? Should I Google it? Thanks for being so kind and respectful, Rice. I appreciate that. Ugh, man, I really need to get different glasses, you guys. Hadza? I see Hadza. Oh, click? Like Gosa? I see Hadza. Or Hadzabe. Oh, okay. And Tanzania. Tanzania. Hmm. Oh, and they do click their tongue. Is that right? No. Yes? Yes. Oh. Very cool. How did you hear about that one? I haven't heard about that one. I wonder if there's any. Let's see. It's interesting when I put in that, then it says Swahili, Hadza, Isanzu, and Sukuma, which is interesting because, yeah. So I wonder if it has some similarities to Swahili, or is it all clicking? I can't imagine it's all clicking, is it? Hadza, Hadza. Hmm. Let me see. See if I can get the. Wait, but this is like 1,000. Wait, where did it say that? Hadzabi. I really like Swahili a lot. Yeah, 1,000. Tanzania? Oh, the language is considered endangered as younger generations are increasingly transitioning to Swahili. Hadza is classified as a language isolate, meaning it's not known to be related to any other language family. Oh, cool. It's a click language featuring unique clicking sounds that are not common in most languages. So, like all of it. While a written form exists using the Latin alphabet, it's not widely used by the Hadza community. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, they call it Hadza, I guess, for short. So let's see. Is Hadza. These lives are just like me doing research. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I was gonna play it, but then I was like, oh, copyright. So I won't play it now, but everybody could look it up if they want to, right? So Hadza all clicks. Ah, interesting. Okay, wait. So it says no. The Hadza language Hadzane is not entirely composed of clicks, but it does incorporate clicks as part of its consonant inventory. Okay. Hazani is classified as a Khoisan language, a language family known for its click consonants. While it utilizes clicks, it also includes other consonant sounds like aspirated, glottalized, and nasalized consonants. Okay. Wow. So cool. I think when I looked it up, I saw like one of the videos, just the thumbnail of it. I think I have seen it before. I probably just assumed that it was Gosa. Um, where's Gosa from? It's South African or I don't remember. Yeah, Eastern Cape Province of South Africa. Hmm. The Hosa, I don't know how they do it. I think it's like Osa or something. I'm not sure where they click at that. Are descendants of Nguni clan who settled in the southeastern part of southern Africa, displacing the original inhabitants, the Khoisan. Oh, wait, so are they related? I don't know. Or is that just the name of like the style? It's so interesting. Oh, it's getting nice and cool in here. Thank God. They're the last collectors and hunters. Ah, the hunter gatherer in that area, maybe, or I don't know. So interesting. I love this. Like we all like find each other, but based on our interests, you know. So cool. Hmm. I had to look up the hunter gatherer and stuff. It says there are an estimated 10 million people worldwide who still rely on hunting and gathering for the majority of their subsistence. So interesting. Yeah, because then that made me think of like the uncontacted tribes we were talking about the one time. Oh, so many interesting things. Hmm. Well, wait, how long is it? Oh wow, this topic was not long. Let's see, how do you find tajin? Eh? Yeah, it's good. I'm vegetarian, vegan, vegetarian. Um, so it is a bit hard for me to find stuff that I like here that has protein, etc. But my favorite dish here would be couscous, vegetarian couscous. It's yummy. But also I really like besara, if you know it. It's like fava bean soup. Yeah. Wait, but I forget. Did you say where you're from? Rice? I don't remember. Where are you from? Rice? Yeah. What's some of the other food I like? Harira, the soup is good, especially during the winter time for sure. It's nice like when you're traveling and whatever, and like you're tired. It's nighttime. There's usually like harira and eggs. You know. The UK. Oh, okay, cool. Have you visited Morocco? Yeah, it's funny. Did you guys hear that? I don't know. Morocco, it's so cute. Like some cultures I've heard, like the I don't want to do it because it's loud. Um, but you know what I'm talking about, the la 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 la, right? But in Morocco they do the at the end. I'm like, it's so cute. I hadn't heard that ending before. Mm. Okay, wait. Mm. Hola, Yasin, ¿cómo estás? Let me see if I can find it. I'm just asking ChatGPT questions. So. Hmm? Hello? I think that's the wind. But I'm telling y'all, the seagulls be playing football, soccer on the roof. But no, but you know, since I've been waking up earlier these days, not that one seagull, or yeah, I'm assuming it's the same seagull. He's always there, like right by the door. Go 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 go. I tried to tell him today to stop playing football on my roof because I'll be trying to, relax. Bien bien. Hey, and Joao. What's up, Joao? Everybody's here. Siempre. Always what now? But yeah, it's funny. The seagulls. I just be thinking like they're gonna come into the apartment. Because I told y'all the small ones always come in, not here, but just in my experience in Morocco. Ah, I can't be the only one that talks to birds, right? Or like repeats back to ah, ah. And it's so repetitive here. As an artist, as a musician, oh, I just translated that. Yes, okay. Gracias. Oh, Rita, what'd you say? It's you retracted it. Raisa, I'd love to visit Morocco sometime. My friends from college were Moroccan. Nice. I heard a lot about Tajin. I'm not sure how Moroccans pronounce. I've heard it so many different ways. Um, but you didn't get to try it. Brasileira. Brasileira. Is the major, the world major. Oh, Neymar. Soccer, right? Because I'm talking about the seagulls playing soccer on my roof. Anyway, I asked I asked ChatGPT what their favorite city in Morocco is. It says, I don't have personal preferences, but I can tell you some standout cities in Morocco, each with its own charm. Now, look, it said Marrakesh first, which, oh, go check out my last video, right? Surprise, 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 surprise. I put, what did I say? The title? Like, don't go to Marrakesh. Come to this city, right? But it's funny. So they said Marrakesh, known for the bustling Jama El Afna. the big square. It's chaotic and a little bit scammy. Spice souks, luxury riads, and stunning Majorelle Garden. You know, I still never went there. Because I hear like it's expensive and like there's always so many tourists. It's not my vibe, you know. Let's see. Why people love it. A rich blend of history, color, and energy. I would agree with that. Good job, ChatGPT. But then, you know what they wrote second? And I didn't tell him or her or it to do this. But second, they put Escuera. It's funny. Mmm. Known bad. No, what? What are words? Okay, known for laid back coastal vibes. Yes. Seafood, that's what I've heard. And windsurfing. Oh, like the kite surfing I've heard of, yeah. I can agree with the laid back coastal vibes. Yes, I love that. Why people love it? Chill atmosphere, art scene, fresh sea air. Yes to all of that. I'm in Escuera right now. Okay, Fez. Oh, then I said Fez. I just kind of like went through Fez, I think, but I didn't really, and it was nighttime, so I didn't get to see it really. But so known for one of the world's oldest medinas, University of El Gua Guarauin. Hey, what? And traditional crafts. I don't think I've ever seen that name before. Jeez, don't start with me, seagulls. It's like there's kids like playing with toys. Cause I've definitely been like in between apartments too, where like kids playing, and that's what it sounds like. But I started saying it's seagulls playing soccer, football. Um, World clubs are United States something. That's all I understand. I think you're still talking about soccer, right? I understand a bit of Spanish, but not a lot. But I think you're speaking in um, Portuguese, though. But there are some similarities. Why people love Fez? Authentic, maze-like, and deeply historical. Interesting. I would call like all Medinas in Morocco mazes. You know, like you can easily get lost if it's your first time. Which be careful, y'all. If y'all are not from Morocco, or even if you are from Morocco, even my Moroccan friends will be like saying that they don't like some of the big cities, especially Marrakesh, Jemaa el because of scammers. You know. And so, like, if you get lost, or like, I've heard of, unfortunately, some scammers who will, like, kind of lead you around and then be like, ask for money to tell you how to get back. Like, some wild stuff. But how long have you been in Morocco? Yeah, it's been like 2.5 years almost. Yeah. Most of my time has been in Marrakesh, but it's hot. It's really hot during the summer. So I'm in Essaouira right now. But before that, I was in like the Ouarzazate area. Before when I was first here. But okay, then it says Chefchaouen, which I don't know. Depending on like, okay, I wasn't there very long. I was just there for a few days, but it's one of my favorite cities. I don't know. I really loved the vibe. It was kind of like a great balance between laid back and busy. So it's like you had the best of both worlds. You know, you could not be like hassled. At least I wasn't. You know, but I was also with a friend, right? So, um, I personally felt like it was laid back enough for me, but also like busy enough to like, you know, see things, do things. Still had like a community vibe though, small enough. Yeah. But it's known for its iconic blue washed buildings in the Reef Mountains. Why people love it. Peaceful, photogenic, and unique. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really liked it. What did you say? 2.5 years. You're almost a Moroccan at this point. No longer a tourist, right? Yeah, I know, right? It does seem like a long time, but still, you know, not that long. But yeah, I'm used to a lot of things. I really, enjoy learning the native language though. If you ever heard of it, Amazigh. It's right here. Sometimes we learn a bit of that on my lives. But this is the written. It's called Tifino. At least Inu Amazigh. It's like my notebook of my Amazigh notebook. I think, yeah, book or notebook. I don't remember. But yeah. So I learned how to read the unique writing system. It's amazing. So like I can mostly read it, but I don't speak it fluently, so I don't always know what the words are, obviously. But yeah, I love it. It's an ancient, unique language. Football and EU. Brazil. Everybody's always talking about Brazil and football. Hey. Okay, but yeah, I would agree. Chefchaouen, yeah, definitely people go there like for the stereotypical like blue stairs, pictures. I like the cityscape pictures too. Yeah, so pretty. And then last but not least, it says Tanger, however you want to call it. I did visit there too. Not really my vibe. It felt like a little bit too European. Like maybe it was just the area where I was at. No, no, because I went to the Medina too. It was cool, but compared to like Marrakesh and Chefchaouen, it's like what? Nah. Where from in Tamazight? Oh, there's a few different ways. You could say, yeah, Manigan Darun. Manigan Darun. Yeah, the other way, Maigan Tamazight. But it depends on so boy or a girl. There's feminine, masculine. So yeah, I would just say Manigan Darun. Manigan Darun. Yeah. So if you don't know much about Tamazight though, I don't know what your background is, but there are about 14 dialects across North Africa. Morocco has about um, three main ones: Sus, Atlas, and Rif. So we were talking about like the Rif Mountains here in Chefchaouen, Nador, El Husema. They speak the Rif dialect. Um, what did you say? It almost sounded like you said Americano. Americano. Manigan Darun. Manigan Darun. Manigan Darun. It's funny. Get it? Manigan. Manigan Darun. Manigan Darun. Manigan Darun. Manigan Darun. Let's see. So yeah, I haven't chosen a dialect to learn, which is probably problematic. But there is also a standardized version, which probably would be the most helpful. Probably, I don't know. But then I feel like it lacks some of like the cultural aspects. So then I'm like, meh. So I'm still just kind of stuck somewhere in between. um, so they don't always understand each other. The standardized version tried to bring like the three of them together, I guess. Um, but I hear that like the Seuss and the Atlas are a bit more similar, whereas the Reef is a bit more different than those two. So. Manigan Darun, Habibi. Manigan Darun. You got it. I don't know, how did they say it? Americani? But that's like American, I think. I don't know how you would say American. I just used to say American. Oh, I mean, anyways, it's not really a needed translated word, I guess. I don't know. Like in Chinese, American or America would be like Mego. It's a little bit different. Tanger, known for its literary past. Really? Port town culture and views of Europe. Why people love it. A crossroads of cultures with a cool bohemian feel. Interesting, a crossroads of cultures. Yeah, like it felt too European for me. Maybe a bit too modern, too. Like, if you tell me what you're into, food, nature, history, nightlife, I can recommend the best fit for you. Okay, wait, let me ask it. I prefer. Let's see what it will tell me once I write. Let me think about it. um, I'm still like tweaking about these little bugs biting me, especially like in this spot. So anytime I feel something, I'm like itchy. I prefer. um, is that it? I don't know. I feel like it's gonna tell me what I already know. I'm not done yet. Hold on. uh, maybe it'll tell me something different if I include this, but let's see. A good thing they're already familiar with a few words. Yeah. At least, even though a lot of people are not fluent in English, there are, of course, certain words that everybody knows. Hello? Where did it go to? Oh. What? Oh, it's still giving me many. Okay. Interesting. What? Fez? Maybe because of the Sufi stuff. I didn't say Sufi, but I said like spiritual. Hmm. Interesting. It said Fez, and then it said Chef Shoem. Um, attracts poets, musicians, and spiritual seekers. Interesting. And because I put Amazigh, yeah. So it put Amazigh there, okay. Which is the native people here. Tafraut. Yeah. So many people always tell me, go to Tafraut. Mm. Amazigh soul in stone. Remote, reflective, and culturally rich. Why it fits you. Deep in Amazigh territory, surrounded by surreal granite landscapes. Known for Amazigh rock art, oral poetry, and peaceful traditional village life. Great place to explore Amazigh spirituality, music like ahawash, and customs away from tourist circuits. Interessante. Then, Tarodant. Yeah, many people tell me to go to Tarodant too. A mini Marrakesh with Amazigh roots. Laid back, intellectual, historically rich, fortified town with Amazigh and Arab influences. Smaller and calmer than Marrakesh with authentic markets, local culture, and ancestral traditions. Great place to engage with Amazigh artisans and storytellers. Honorable mention, Tiznit. Yep, I know everybody's telling me to go to Tiznit. And 8 Behadu. For Amazigh silverwork, oral poetry, and untouched culture. Interesting. Okay, wait, what if I take out. I'm curious if I take out that aspect. I always get those confused. So wait, so where is Tafrout exactly? Britta, what'd you say? Uh, is it is it hard to find booze? It must be hard for those who smoke it. I do neither, so that's something again that Baha'is and Muslims have in common. We don't drink. I don't imagine you've been to any parties in a long time. Yeah, I'm not a partier. My life is a party. Let's see, Tafrout. Oh, is a town in Tiznit province. Hold on a minute now. Tafrout. Wait, what is it near though? Hello? Oh, but Tiznit is far from there though. Where is it? Ah, there's Tarodant. Okay. Tarodant is kind of on the way to Agadir. Yeah. Okay. And Tafrout is just below. Oh, interesting. I get there's so many T words. It gets a bit confusing. Oh, interesting. It says Fez, Shashawan, Tamagraut, near Zagora. Oh, interesting. The hidden Sufi village. Tafrout, Essaouira, Asila, near Tanger. Hmm. Quiet mostly are great for reflection. Maybe a little bit too quiet. Maybe. Let's see. Essaouira, the artistic soul of the coast. Historically a mix of Amazigh, Gnawa, Arab, Jewish, and French cultures. Spiritual and trance-like Gnawa music originating from African mysticism and Sufism. Many artists, musicians, and writers live or visit here for creative solitude. I mean, I can't disagree, man. Rita, I don't see your messages. Let's see. Wait, oh, Ifran and Azro are also beautiful. Very cool. Yeah. I did visit. I did visit those in the winter though, so it was very cold. Had like a wood burning stove. But yeah, it's like what do they call it? Like the Switzerland of Morocco, like the huge what is it, like pine trees. It was beautiful. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Hmm. Let's see. Ideal for sitting in cafes, writing poetry, listening to street music, or wandering through bohemian art galleries. Yeah, I definitely get the artistic vibe. And that's kind of like why I was like, oh yeah, like what people, Moroccans and tourists, told me like about Essaouira, and like what I was seeing was like it seemed like a very hippie vibe. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. Eh, Hippie has a lot of the word hippie has a lot of like weird connections to it, but in my meaning, it just means like free loving, peaceful, like colorful, artistic people kind of thing. But what religion you said you follow again? Yeah, Baha'i. It originated in Iran in the middle 1800s. Yeah, Baha'i. Baha apostrophe I. Hmm. I've never been to Asila though. When people say Asila, sometimes I think they say Azilal. Azilal? No, Asila. Asila? I don't know which syllable to enunciate that. Which one was it? Tom Grout? Why it speaks to you. Home to one of the oldest libraries in Morocco, with ancient texts on theology, astronomy, and poetry. Hold on a minute now. So you're Persian? No, I'm not Persian. No, it's just like any other religion, right? Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism. Just that we have Baha'is all over the world from every different culture. Oh, there's my alarm. Okay. Um, a deeply spiritual Sufi center known for its Zawiya, Nasiriyah, little tourism, perfect for quiet, contemplative days in the desert. Ideal for exploring ancient manuscripts, Sufi music, and deep conversations under Saharan stars. So cool. There's so many great places here, of course, that people invite me to and tell me to go visit. But man, yeah, it gets expensive to do all that, and yeah. But slowly, slowly going to a lot of different cities. But no, I just didn't want to like I didn't share what I said because I don't know. I like to be mysterious, but because y'all in my business, it's personal. No, but if you know me, you already know. No, I said I prefer deep intellectual conversations. Like obviously, duh, hello. Music, poetry, culture, and history, laid back vibes, spiritual vibes, introspective, unique history, and then what I took out, I put Amazigh. But I figured that if I put that, it will change um, some things, which it did a little bit. But so yeah, I put Amazigh for the first thing I wrote, but then I took it out just to see what Chat GPT thought was like the perfect place. But whatever, they're gonna name a bunch of different things to fit those parameters. But yeah, so it's interesting. Let's see. I'm in Eswera right now. So I didn't mention Eswera the first time, but I did the second time. Interesting. Yeah. Anyways, I mean, like any city, I think you can kind of make it what you want, or you'll find your people. Hopefully, right? Like, yeah, it depends. Sometimes you do have to move a little bit, or visit different places if you can, even if it's just across the city. But yeah, like-minded people. Find your people, find your circle, do what you love, attract the same people. So, y'all, I do got to go and get on this meeting. And let's see. Yeah, today's Wednesday, right? Yes. Okay. So I'll see you guys on the weekend for my weekend live. I'm not sure what day, But yeah, hope to see you guys on the weekend. Great conversation. Thank you all so much, as usual, for being here. If you didn't subscribe, please subscribe. It does obviously help, but what helps more is watching my videos, right? Like being here on my live, being here for a long period of time, watching my videos for a long period of time, right? That's the most supportive thing you can do if you want, you know. But it was a pleasure, yes, indeed. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys. But if you didn't check out my last video too about the festival in Eswera, the Gnawa Music Festival, and amazing history here. That was part one, so I'll have part two after some days. But yeah, y'all can see some Eswera and the Gnawa vibes. So good night, Rida. Thank you for always being here. I know it's always different topics. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the weekend for a topic, if I'm out or it's still a bit up in the air with some planning with friends. So we'll see. But I'll definitely see you guys at some point on the weekend. In the meantime, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, it's Tricia with the Truth, same name. Or on Facebook, it's Tricia Truth again, parentheses, Tricia with the Truth. Of course, TikTok, Tricia with the Truth. But thank you guys so much. Timin Siwin, good night. Take care. Bye.